Mr. Owad.
Good evening, Divine. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Very good.
Can you introduce yourself and tell us what area in tech you're in?
Oh, okay. My name is Lisa Olamide, also known as OWAT for short. I'm into AI, machine learning, and also some data science, and I also dabble in full stack and web application development. And web application development. So yeah, that's the area of tech I'm in.
Areas.
Areas of tech I'm in. That makes sense. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. So what was the hardest part of your tech journey when you were starting out?
Oh, I would say the hardest part of my tech journey when I was starting out was first picking a niche, basically what part of tech I wanted to go into. As you know, this was one of the hardest things back then because this was around the COVID time. This was when I really started a career in tech. That was around COVID 2019, 2020 to be precise. And this period, a lot of people were more focused on going into the data field, data analysis, data science. A lot of people were, following the trend by me, and I also was one of those people that wanted to follow the trend because initially, before going into data analysis, I dabbled in tech, but I wasn't taking it as a career. It was more something that everybody then was actually trying to learn, as opposed to actually looking at it as a career. So choosing the niche I was going to go into, that was one thing I know took me a significant amount of time. And it was very, very hard to actually just choose one niche and pick it and go into it.
You're smart though. That was the hardest part of your tech journey.
That was the hardest part for me, to be honest. Just picking a niche.
Wow. Okay. So when you were starting out, can you tell us one mistake you made that you wish you avoided?
I wouldn't entirely say that I made a mistake per se, but there will be things that I would have done better. One of the things is when I started my tech journey, as most Nigerian youth, you're more focused on the money you're potentially going to make from tech. That's why we think we're here. But over time, you're going to figure out that the money is good, but your focus should be more on building a career initially. So basically, focus more on building yourself, skill-wise, portfolio-wise, project-wise, and so on and so forth, rather than focusing more on just trying to get hired, get money, following the most highest paying job, because the highest paying job might not be what will actually improve your skill. It might just be something that it's paying you well and it's really not improving your skill whatsoever. And when you now need to actually work in somewhere that will be significant, you won't have that skill, you won't have enough skill to actually show them that okay, you can get the job done. So that would be one thing. I said one mistake I made, which is focusing more on the money as opposed to focusing more on the career.
So you're telling me now that for 2 years now, I should not focus on money?
I would say for the beginning of a career, so it depends on you. So if you say first 2 years is the beginning of a career, or first 5 years is the beginning of a career, I would say don't focus more on the money, focus more on building yourself in that particular field, data science, AI, wherever your field is. So I'll say focus more on building yourself, work on portfolio projects, work on projects with people. It could even be for free, to be honest. Just focus more on building yourself skill-wise, and then later on the money will come definitely.
That makes sense, actually.
Definitely. Yeah.
So if you were to start your tech journey from the beginning, what's the first thing you focus on and why?
I think the first thing I'll focus on, it could be related to what I said earlier, like building more projects. And I would say I'll focus more on, definitely building more projects, and I'll also focus more on, finding people who have done it before. So not necessarily mentors, but basically going to conventions, going to, let's say, these tech conventions, going to all these tech, what they call them, these tech events, speaking to people, seeing what they are doing, seeing how they've changed their own field, seeing how they look at the field in general. So I'll just say getting multiple perspectives, because one of the things I did when I was starting was going to YouTube, scouring through many videos, and there are a lot of videos on YouTube, so you end up having a bunch of things that you've learned, but you've actually not learned anything. But when you go to all these events and you have conversations with people, you see how people are thinking differently, you see how people are looking at your field differently, what they're trying to do differently, and you think a lot of things more than just going through YouTube and trying to figure everything out by yourself.
Thank you so much for doing this with me. Thank you. So can you say something to encourage someone that is about to start, or someone that has started and they want to cry, they're tired, the thing is hard? Can you just say something to encourage someone?
I would say a few things are non-negotiable, especially when it comes to tech. In any career, to be honest, first is consistency. Consistency is something that you cannot negotiate with anyone. You have to be consistent every single day. You don't necessarily have to be 100% every single day, but at the very least, even if it's 10%, you can offer today, offer that 10%. Don't be one person that, you're like lost in what you're doing, and then because of that you don't do anything at all. That's one thing you don't want to do. So I'll definitely say one thing I would say you should a lot of people should focus on is building consistency, so building up little by little, and then also always upskill. Never get comfortable in tech, especially with the rise of AI. A lot of things are getting released every single day, so always upskill, always find ways to refine your skill, improve your skill. If you want to go for a certification process, do that, but definitely always upskill. Don't say, oh, since I have a certain job that pays me X amount of money, then I'm good to go. No. Even when you have that job, try to upskill, try to go to the next level, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I'll say that's the two major things, especially in any career, especially in tech. You should always upskill and then keep that consistency.
Thank you.
You're very much welcome. Thank you.